So welcome again, and let's proceed and conclude with our revision. We are on the last set of questions from number 41 up to 50. So which of the following is a characteristic of equity finance? We've discussed about this in one of the questions in our previous sessions, and you said in equity finance is whereby you get a person who is going to give you a good amount of money for financing the business, but in return you give a certain percentage of your share of the business. So it offers ownership position in the business. That becomes our answer letter A. So equity financing will offer ownership position in the business. And then number 42, identify the benefit of understanding customers from the following. When you understand your customers, what happens? Letter D, it will help you to guide in providing a good customer service. So guide to provision of good customer service, definitely. Understanding your customer means you know the needs and wants he has. You understand the expectations he has from you. And by having all these kind of information about your customer, it will be guiding you in terms of what to do and what not to do, so that you offer what the customer likes, and whatever the customer doesn't like, to do away with it. So it will help you to offer the best services always. Then number 43, which of the following is an objective of gathering information on industry and market while preparing a business plan? Out of the choices, letter C becomes our answer. It will ensure reasonable and measurable goals, because you fully understand the industry, you know the trends that are there, you know the market environment, the forces that are there, and everything that is basically ongoing in these areas. So by having a good understanding about these areas, you will ensure that you have very reasonable and measurable goals, which will guide you in terms of the direction that you're supposed to follow. Then which of the following is a strategy that could be applied at the decline stage of the product life cycle? Remember, in the life cycle we have four different stages. You introduce the product while still new, do efforts, grow the product in the market, and the product reaches maturity, and then the decline stage. Decline stage becomes the last stage of the product life cycle. And the options that are there in this stage of the product life cycle is basically to divest. Why? Because at this point we assume the product has lost appeal in the market, sales are low, customers are less, and there's no way this product can stand or sustain on its own. So you only have an option of divesting, or maybe retry again, remodel, repackage, and then maybe re-advertise for it to come again and start again the cycle. But out of the options that we have divesting, which is also an option of the decline stage of the product life cycle, simply because that product is not doing so well. It has totally lost appeal, nobody is looking for it, and it's almost getting worse or becoming obsolete. So the only option you have is to divest. 45, identify a problem which could arise as a result of information overload. What is information overload? Giving overload of information. Whether it's written, whether it's oral, you speak for hours. This receiver is very much tired, cannot even concentrate because you've consumed much of the time. The mind is full, and then this person becomes totally lost. So when you have information overload, the problem that is connected to this information overload could be, let us see, reduce the receiver's ability to concentrate, because they will not know what to pick, what not to pick, as a result of you engaging this person for so long. And then you have 46, which of the following is a similarity between a letter and a memorandum? Letter C becomes our answer. They are both used for internal and external communication. We have internal memos, we have external memos. Same, letters could be used inside the organization, letters could be used outside the organization. So both of them can be used for internal and external communication. So letter C becomes our answer. And then number 47, identify a situation when a memorized speech could be appropriate. You can only give a memorized speech when the speech is short. Otherwise, when it's long, it becomes very difficult. So it's used when the speech is relatively short. That is when you can use memorized speech, because the memorized speech is the one that is coming direct from your mind. You are not reading anywhere, but you are giving word after word from your mind, not from an outline, not from a book, not from anywhere, but from your mind. So a memorized speech is applicable when it's relatively short. Otherwise, when it's long or engaging, it becomes very difficult for you to give one. So that is letter C, our answer. Next, number 48, select a benefit of using standardized questions in an interview. What is the benefit of using standardized questions? Not the interviewees or the interviewees use the same questions, answer the same questions. What could be the benefit of that? Letter B becomes our answer. It will eliminate interviewer biasness. Maybe some of the applicants are coming there related to the interviewers. So if you don't have a standardized interview, that means my person comes, ask him or her easy questions, passes the interview. But when the questions are standardized, that means anybody who attends that interview will be exposed to the same questions. So there's no biasness when it comes to interview with such kind of an interview when the questions are standardized. So letter B becomes our answer. 49, identify the statement that explains the term quorum in relation to meeting. Quorum is basically the minimum number of members who must be present in order for the meeting to take place. If this number is not reached, or if this number is not attained, there's no way the meeting will be carried out. So letter D becomes our number. The quorum or a quorum refers to minimum number of members who must be present. Otherwise, if this number is not reached at, no meeting can be held. It happens in these are formal meetings like the parliament, which normally happens on Tuesdays, and maybe many more other areas. So if the quorum is not attained, meetings will not be held. That is the rule. Last, our number last in this revision setup, 50. Which of the following is an advantage of using flip charts during presentation? It's an interactive and allows for audience input. A flip chart is the one that is already there. It's made up of papers which you can flip from one after the other. It's normally made up of blank flips. Sometimes it can have flips which are already having the information. So it's a very interactive way of presenting or doing presentation. If it is made up of blank flips, that means sometimes you could fill it with the information that you get from the audience. That is why you have that number B, letter B, which says interactive and allows for audience input. So that is our revision. Thank you, and let's meet in our next paper.